Hi everyone. Right, June's dragon has just been up to see me, and she's brought me some. It's called Polymorph, and I'm not sure if you've heard of it. So, bugger it, it's on the floor. What you need is boiling hot water. You pour this into the hot water, so I'm just going to pour all of that in there. And then you wait for that to go clear. And as soon as it's gone clear, you can bind it together. Now, I don't know whether mine's hot enough because I've already just done some and that might be cooling down. But what you can do with it, once it's hot, you pick it out. No, it's not hot enough, I don't think. And then you mould it together. And I have done an imprint of this bike, and it does come off when it's dry, and it goes hard. It's plastic. I've also made a mould of that. But with it being hard plastic, I'm not sure how, and you can colour this as well. This is done with mica powder. Added to it while it's that's not quite hot enough, so I'm going to go drain that and be back in a minute. Right, I've added the hot water now, and it goes more or less straight away clear. And I've also mixed a little bit of plaster of Paris and added it to that mould that I made. I don't know what it's going to turn out like, if it'll turn out like anything at all. I've also added some plaster of Paris to the bike mould that I made. If it works, it works. We might need a bit of chipping, bit of this, bit of that, you know, but right, so once it's melted, gone clear, and what you do is, I know it's going to be hot, but you can mix stuff with it. So I just put it in my hand straight away and do that with it. And you've got like, it's plastic but it's melted, and then what you do is you mould it in your hands while it's soft, and you've only got a few minutes to work with it, and then make a mould of it, or out of it. But I was thinking of doing something like a bottle, right, that you can, because I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet until I've taken that off. But what I was thinking of, because I'm going to play around with it obviously, but if I make a mould of a bottle, then at least that can be, you can pour your plaster of Paris in there, make a bottle, you can colour it, paint it, do what you want with it and stick it to your project. So right now I've made a mould of that, and hopefully I can get that out the bottle, get the bottle back out, hopefully. But it has to be firm, you know, make sure it's all pressed in and everything, and you need the flat bottom. There's always a bottom or a ball involved, isn't there? Make sure the bottom end of it's flat. But like you say, we'll just see. I'm going to see if I can actually take that out. No, you have to wait for it to go hard. Oh, I'm off again. But this material is called Polymorph, and it's Polymorph. Polymorph. I have looked it up online. I've watched. There is some tutorials on it, or there are some tutorials on it, should I say? And but this sort of thing, yes, I agree. You could, you know, it'd be great to do these and make your own bottles. Then you can have as many as you want, paint them how you want, and whatever. But as for these, I'm not sure, because I don't. If it'll come out, I might not have left it long enough actually. And I'm just going to chip away a little bit, because that's not the mould itself. The bit that I'm after. But if you can make your own mould using this stuff, just think of the possibilities. Say, I don't know if I can get this out. And what you can do with this stuff, I do know, is you can actually reuse it. So you can colour it, you can paint it, you can do all sorts with it, but you can reuse it. So if I no longer want that shape, I'm just hoping that this is going to come out. It does. Wow. If I no longer want that shape, all I do is drop that back into the hot water and I can reuse it and make another shape. So let me just check with the bike, because I kind of like this and I would play around with it. Look at that. But you can make little plaques. Look. So all you need to do is to trim that off. Just trim all the edges off. When that's hard properly, then you know, just trim it up. I would imagine that's ordinary. Well, I'll do it with this one. I'm not sure if you can see this. And then sand it down, trim it off to the edge as far as you can, and then sand the edge down, and you've made yourself your own moulds of anything you want. Like that. So I think it's a good product, and it's called Polymorph. 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 And that can be painted later. And as for the bike, I would imagine, hopefully if you're very careful, you can chip around the bike, but at least you'll be able to colour it. If you're careful. Now just while that is, like I say, what I've done is I've mixed some plaster of Paris, popped it in the bottle bit that I've just made, let that set, and while that's setting, I'm just going to handle this again, and look, I can just reuse it. All you do is drop it back into boiling hot water and reuse it. If you want a colour instead of a plain, then what you need to do is to add a little bit of mica powder, and there you go, it's pliable again and it's usable. If it starts to go hard while you're messing about with it, pop it back in, and that's all you do. So I do like the product. I need to practice with it. I need to watch a few more videos and to see what you can do, but for something like this, making your own moulds, excellent idea. I'm not quite sure of the price, but you know, that putty you buy, or the mould you buy in America, that was what, $20 for a little tiny bit. I'd check this out. I'd check it out, definitely check it out. Look, that's all you do, and then you can reshape whatever you want to shape, redo, or do whatever you want with it. Pliable. You can make beads with it. June bought it to make beads. Yeah, I like it. You can do a lot with it. Just flatten it out and it's, you know, ooh. It flipped out. It's alive, it's alive. But yeah, I do like the product. See, that's stiffened up, so it's going stiff. And just pop it back in the hot water. So it's called Polymorph. It's like little pellets. You drop it in. When it goes clear, then it's ready to mould in your hands. Make it into any mould, and we'll just have a look, see what we've got from here. I mean, these are not quite dry, but there you go. See, it wasn't quite dry. I had an air bubble in that somehow. But you can see what you could get from it. I didn't mould that quite right, but that's no problem. And what I'm going to do with that, shave all this off and just that's all you need to do. Clean that out. I mean, obviously you'd make sure that you were doing it perfect. I mean, I'm just testing things out. I actually like it, you know. And there you go. You've got yourself a bottle. And I'm only just quickly showing you. I'm not spending any time on it at all. So I just thought I'll show you that. I like the product. I like what you can do with it. Look it up. Polymorph. Polymorph. Any comments welcome, thank you.